right, so we are back with Lisa Waterslane in the studio. She comes each week with your garden questions. Just what are your neighbors talking about? We can just kind of glean some information from that. And so, but before we get started, welcome, Lisa.
Thank
Glad
you.
you're here.
I'm glad I'm here too.
You're looking good.
Thank you. I try.
Grapes for Good. That's next weekend. So September 19th, we give the garden center to a nonprofit, a service club. So Prescott Frontier Rotary is going to use the garden center to throw the best garden party you've ever been to. It's kind of the who's who. It comes. So neighborhoods come. People be friends. Not unusual to have mayors and congressmen and senators. They just show up, and the business leaders in town. So all those community leaders to raise money for the community. And so in about 3 hours, we'll raise about 60 grand. Most of that's already been raised just with sponsors and donations, that kind of stuff. But they're giving away like safaris, and some Rotarians are giving their Austrian apartments for a week. It's just really spectacular. The heart pouring, just the generosity coming from the club. So we partner with them, and then they'll just basically throw this party. So Barry Barbie with El Gato Azul and Triple Creek is going to cater it.
Nice.
And we've got a band coming. It's just a fun after hours.
Is there wine?
There'll be wine. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wine tasting, wine food. In fact, Barry is pairing. Rotarians are kind of wine snobs, which I love. I can be that way sometimes. But he's pairing the wines with the food. So he's actually taking the wines, has that, and pairing it with the foods. It's over the top. So
yeah, it is a fun event. It's just very relaxing. A lot of people are just chill, so it is fun.
Yeah. So anyway, join us. So tickets are $60. We've raised all the money, so all your money goes right to the cause. There's none of it used for expense or setup or bands or food or anything. It's just all the money goes right there. We got tickets here.
It stays local.
Stays local. Yep. Goes to a summer math and reading clinic in the summer for kids. It goes to the Dolly Parton book thing she does. She's giving a kid from birth till age 5 a book a month. It's amazing what they're doing with this, and so much more. And it goes global. So they're ending polio. Rotarians are the eliminate polio kind of stuff.
And clean water.
Clean water is their thing. So lots of good stuff. But
sure.
Anyway, join us. Tickets on sale here at Olson's Grain, at Prescott True Value, who are all sponsors. I've got tickets. I'm going to reserve a couple of them here, so if you want to come after hours, you just forgot, just show up and I'll have a ticket for you. $60 here at the Garden Center.
What time does it start?
5 to 8 o'clock, September 19th.
Perfect.
God, I couldn't do this without you. Thanks for making me better than I really could possibly ever be. We should go over some garden questions. Just what are people asking? So what's going on?
Well, Scott has a question. He has all of a sudden just hundreds of black and kind of red beetle things all over his house, on the trees. Wants to know what they are. Are they bad bugs, good bugs, and what can he do about
They're
it?
a nuisance. So they're called box elder bugs. They're black, maybe a half-inch long with red stripes down the sides. Box elders. This is their time. They show up this time of year, and their native plant they like, where they reproduce at, are box elders. Box elders are like a maple tree. It grows up and down wild, the creeks and throughout northern Arizona, pretty much. It's not just a Prescott thing. It's throughout northern Arizona, cool weather. So box elder bugs are a nuisance. They have no mouth part. They're just there to do one thing: make whoopee, and then lay eggs, and then they'll be attracted to certain kinds of foliage, and so they seem to like his gardens.
Right.
If there's a few of them, not a big deal. I wouldn't worry about it. They congregate by the thousands sometimes. I've got a box elder right outside my office window here from the studio, and it can be so thick you can't see the bark on the tree. And then they're getting in the house. They're just a problem. What I do when it gets that bad is I'll spray them down with sayonara. It's a liquid bug killer, quite effective. You'll spray down the tree, and they drop and die and become fertilizer. So it's just really effective. If there's just a few, I wouldn't worry about it. You can vacuum them up or get them out, but they congregate. They can cover a window till you can hardly see through it. That's when you break out the sayonara. So kiss them goodbye.
There you go.
Box elder bugs.
All right. Next question is from Dottie. She has an aspen that really has looked beautiful all season.
Yeah.
But right now it's got brown leaves with black spots on them. She's seen some kind of like shiny stuff on the leaves.
Oh.
It's just not looking good.
Yeah.
So her question is, what should she do, if anything, or just let it kind of finish off the season?
So don't let it finish off the season, or it can cause damage. You can have some tip dieback. So this is pretty serious. So it sounds like she's got two things: the shininess are aphids, and aphids are out, and they like the taste of aspens. So you'll have aphids at the very top, and they're really big aphids. They're not that cute little green one. They look like spiders. They're kind of scary.
Now.
Yeah, and they're sucking the sap out of the tree, and then their excrement kind of falls down and creates this shiny thing. So they're very bad. They're taking the sap out of that tree, and they're causing damage. Don't let them stay there. The bad leaves, not the shininess, but you get some blackened or brown tips. That's a leaf spot. That's a bacteria that eats the sugar in the leaf, and it kind of works its way back till the leaf can really just drop right off. So you got two separate things. One, kill the aphids with sayonara again. Kill the box elders and kill the aphids with sayonara. It's great. But the real serious one is that leaf spot. You need to focus on that. It will come back year after year. Aphids come and go. Leaf spot is kind of persistent. Spray the entire tree with Revitalize. It's not a bug killer. It's a bacterial killer. It's a fungal thing. So you've got basically athlete's foot of the foliage, and it's eating that leaf. And so the Revitalize takes on the athlete's foot, and the sayonara kills the insect. They don't cross over. This is kind of gets confusing for gardeners. Revitalize, I would spray it every couple of weeks until those leaves drop. We're about a month to 6 weeks out before it really starts to drop. And then what's really important is cleanup. Make sure all those infected leaves get cleaned up and raked up. Don't compost them. Get them off your property. Throw them away. Burn them. Just get anything to get them off there, because birds will peck around there next spring and then jump right back up, and it spreads just like that. It comes right back at you. Next spring, just as the leaves start to open, spray it one last time with the Revitalize, and that should clean that up, and you'll have no problems next spring. So a little strategic. Also, fertilize. Fertilize everything in the yard, but especially those things that are stressed by hail damage, dead branches, aphids, and leaf spot. Fertilize those with all-purpose plant food. And that'll help clean it up and get you. You'll never know. Next spring, it'll look like a brand new, like glorious plant.
Yeah. And I would say, kind of a heads up to people, with all the rain that we had, a lot of people turned their irrigation systems off.
Yeah, good point.
Don't forget that you turned it off, because we've had some warm days, and those things need some more watering again.
Yeah.
So don't forget to turn that system back on and fertilize, and then give them a good big drink.
Yeah, good advice.
Okay. All right. Our next question is from Tony. He has a lawn that he wants to kind of overseed and fill in, and wants best advice on how to do that.
Yeah, Tony, great. Your timing's perfect. So October is considered the ideal month for overseeding or starting new lawns. So you want it warm days, very cool nights. That's the secret to great lawns and fast lawns. And so shave that lawn down. I would say the next cool spot, next time we cool off, go for it. Your timing's on. Shave it down. Get the grass a little bit lower. You've had it at a real high setting, that lawnmower. Shave it down a little bit more so the seedlings have sunlight. Go ahead and rake out all the thatch, that dead brown matted area. Rake that out, and then fill in the divots where it's kind of not even with top soil. It's a special mix we make here. It's a little heavier. It doesn't float away. And then you can just overseed just like that, and it will germinate. I mean, we're talking days, if not hours. I mean, literally, by next weekend, it'll be green. It'll come up. Now, maybe not worth walking on yet, but it will be green, and that's how you do it. We're starting new lawns or overseeding. Come see us for more. We can help guide you right in. Well, out of time, just like that. Ken and Lisa Lane, the Mountain Gardeners. Be right back after this.